Hello, trading has closed on the 20th of March 2024. We'll do our disclaimer, go over our predictions, and make some calls. Trading plan for Thursday, 21st of March 2024. Please remember, I can be wrong, trade at your own risk. Also, I have personal business in the afternoon and may not be risking any of my own money on what I'm saying. Look for the pattern with the early high, which is this. Tomorrow should have the early low. So we don't normally trade an FOMC announcement in days. I just can't predict what will happen. We get these wild swings. We had a possible wave count that said if we dropped early in the morning, we could count this as an ending diagonal triangle, but that didn't happen, so there was no call. And here's what we said. Tomorrow's pattern has the early low, but often you can't rely on it. Many times other people look at the pattern and think it's the one with the early high. It's one of those days when the change in trend times aren't going to be all that helpful, I don't think. Well, during the day we got an ultimate buy signal in the afternoon. All these moves were called false. They've all worked. MEJT now doesn't believe this rally. Gives us a target 51.7738, most likely to print tomorrow. If we don't gap up smartly, that'll have to be the call. That doesn't mean we aren't going to gap up smartly. This is a pretty good rally here, but if we don't gap up smartly, what the system says. We broke through a number of resistance areas. I can't count anyway. The move is over here, but usually after the FOMC announcement you get a three-leg whipsaw. You don't have to, but it happens almost every time. We've rallied about 50 handles from the announcement price. And if we stop here, which I am not predicting, but if we do, we should go at least 50 handles under this price, which should be a 100 handle drop. Now it doesn't have to start here, but in general, you get this three-leg whipsaw, each one further away from the announcement price. Now again, it doesn't work every time, but we have a lower target, and we have a pattern which usually works, none of which mean anything if we just keep going up tomorrow morning. Well, tomorrow's pattern has really low regardless of where we open. It tends to be a rally day with a high in the final hour, but often the change in trend times are ambiguous. You just can't rely on a standard pattern with any degree of confidence. There is a lower target. Unless we get up smartly, the rules call for it to print, but nothing prevents us from gapping up smartly and killing the call before the open. The first move after the announcement is higher, and almost always that means the next sustainable move is going to be higher. But there's usually a detour first, taking this under the announcement price by more than the amount we traded over, give or take a little. It's not exact. It doesn't mean we have to stop the rally here, but if we do stop it here, we have to go at least 100 handles for that lower, for that to work. The rally overpowered the potential top of the 8th of March. It has been looking for a different wave count. I don't see the rally as ending here, even if we detour lower first. When the first move after the announcement's up, it means the market's going higher. It just doesn't mean we're going higher in a straight line. And there are lower targets, but if we gap up, I'm just going to forget about the time. The price will stay, but not the time. It's a pattern with the early low. It tends to be a rally day. Nothing stops the rally from continuing, but if we don't gap up smartly, there's a much lower target, and that's today's call.